Hey everybody. If you're scrolling through your feed, stop and check this out. I'm Sean Hatzel from Get Lean in 12, and inside this live video, we're going to talk about how to simplify your fat loss. And we're going to make what is usually a very complex issue, losing belly fat, very simple, and I'm going to show you how to never count calories again. Now, if you're watching this, you're not familiar with me, you don't know who I am, do me a favor, put your name down below. Go ahead and tell us where you're from. My name is Sean Hatzel, and again, I'm the owner of Get Lean in 12. I'm a stubborn fat expert, and I'm also a grandpa to 3 beautiful grandkids. So my wife Karen and I have 3 grandchildren. We have 1 on the way. And at the end of this video, I'm going to introduce you to a system that I've created where you'll be introduced to a 12-minute metabolic protocol that's specifically designed for the current hormonal condition of people over 35 years old. So if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, this information could change your life. And I also was fortunate enough way back in 1998 to be first runner-up grand champion in the world's largest body transformation contest called Body for Life. This was the catalyst to me starting my fitness career. And what ended up happening was in a 90-day period, I took my body fat from around 20% all the way down to below 5%. I gained 5 pounds of muscle and I lost 18 pounds of belly fat. And I did this only exercising 4 to 5 hours a week and eating a clean, sound diet. And I use primarily interval training. And the reason that I'm sharing that with you is because as I got older and my hormones declined, I discovered that too much interval training can actually cause adrenal fatigue. So inside this video, at the very end, I'm going to introduce you to this system and this 12-minute metabolic protocol that you can use instead that's specifically designed to reactivate declining fat loss hormones. So let's talk about timing, combinations, and portion control, and how to simplify your diet to quickly lose more belly fat. So the first thing you need to understand is there's a lot of myths about eating before bed. Eating before bed isn't necessarily going to make you fatter as long as you're making healthy choices. However, it could take your body out of a fat-burning environment because when you eat, you raise insulin. And remember, when insulin is elevated, it makes it nearly impossible for people to lose stubborn belly fat. So it's in your best interest to wait about 2 hours after a meal before going to sleep. That will allow insulin to stabilize so that you'll go to sleep in a fat-burning environment. There's also research that shows, and by the way, I'll post that research in the comments below, that shows this will also help growth hormone production. The next thing about eating before bed is carbs. Most people think you need to eat all your carbs early in the day or just go low carb in general. And what ends up happening is they did a study where one group ate all their carbs at night and one group ate all their carbs in the morning. And the group that ate their carbs at night actually lost more weight because at the end of the day, all that really matters, I want to make sure this is still working. It is, okay. All that really matters is, did you keep your body in a calorie deficit? Now, there's a lot more to it than that, as long as you're making the right choices as well. But that's really all that matters at the end of the day. The timing of your carbohydrates and the timing of your food, although it's important and this stuff will help you, really at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when you eat your food. It's about the choices you make, about your portion control, and about keeping your body in a fat-burning calorie deficit, and using movement patterns, exercises, intensity levels, and rest periods that are specifically designed for your age category. So that's really all that matters. So before eating before bed, just make sure you wait 2 hours afterwards, about 4 or 5 days of the week. This will keep your body in a fat-burning environment. The next thing is before exercise. Now, if you eat right before exercise, even an hour before exercise, this is a healthy choice. The other thing is after exercise. So if you use specific strategic movement patterns that are designed for your age category, what ends up happening is after exercise, your body will continue to burn fat and calories for about an hour or 2, sometimes even longer. In fact, the 12-minute metabolic trick I'm going to introduce you to at the end of this video, and there's a link somewhere around here you can click or tap to learn all about my system. It's actually been shown to elevate the metabolic rate for up to 48 hours afterwards when it's performed properly. And again, I'll post a study below in the comment section to substantiate these claims. So after exercise, I recommend that you ride the fat burning wave for about 45 to 60 minutes and let your body continue to burn that residual fat. Now, it's okay if you eat directly after exercise, and of course, if you have sugar issues or blood sugar issues or you're diabetic, you need to talk to your doctor before you try any of this stuff. But just remember that eating directly after exercise is a healthy choice. It just could potentially get in the way of your body burning more belly fat for that 45 minutes to hour afterwards. The next thing is combinations, and this is where a lot of people mess up. The number one rule of thumb you should always remember is to never ever eat a starch or a sugar or a ripe fruit by itself. Now there's some exceptions to this rule, like grapefruit. Grapefruit has been one of the few fruits that's shown to actually flatline insulin levels. However, most ripe fruits like bananas have a lot of sugar in them. Starches do too. It's just the way your body processes it. What ends up happening is every time you eat a starch or a sugar by itself, that's what causes insulin spikes and takes your body out of a fat-burning environment. So always, always, always combine your starches with a high-quality protein, and make sure that you're eating protein in every meal. I think the standard recommendation of protein is like 60 grams a day. And if you're exercising, you should be eating at least double that. In fact, if you're using the movement patterns that I'm going to introduce you to at the end of this video, you should probably be having 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day, approximately. Again, once we get to portion control, you don't have to count calories or grams. So the other combination that you have to be aware of is starches and fat together. So insulin is a storage hormone, right? So when you eat starches and you raise insulin and you have fat in the bloodstream at the same time, the chances of your body storing that fat are a lot higher because insulin is present. So it's important that you keep fat intake a little bit lower in your starch containing meals. I recommend 15 grams or lower. So just keep your eye on that. And again, protein in every meal. Remember, protein's been shown to prevent rebound weight gain. It's been shown to increase metabolic rate. It's been shown to preserve and help you gain lean muscle tissue, and it also helps your hunger levels. And again, I'll post some research below in the comments to substantiate this stuff. Now the last thing is portion control. So again, we talked about protein grams and the importance of protein intake. So not only making sure that you get protein in every meal, but following the portion control guidelines that will keep your body in a fat burning environment. So a fist-sized portion of carbs, a palm size or a decacard size portion of protein, and then a thumb size friendly of fat is the general rule of thumb that you can follow to never count calories again. So if you just keep your eye on that. Now, if the goal is to gain muscle, this changes a little bit because you're going to increase your carb intake. But if the goal is to burn belly fat and to lose weight quickly, then you want to follow this general portion control guideline rule. Okay, so now that we've covered timing, combinations, and portion control, and we've simplified your fat loss, let's talk about this 12-minute metabolic trick, because if you use this, it works in synergy with this to help you quickly lose more belly fat. So somewhere around this video, you'll see a link that you can click or tap and learn all about my system called the Over 40 Absolution. And inside this system, you'll be introduced to this 12-minute metabolic protocol. I've actually used this for over 10 years to stay 10% body fat or lower. And I'll post my progress pictures below just to confirm that, because I know people are going to be asking, let me see your abs, stuff like that. So I want to show you guys that this works. This is the same metabolic protocol that my wife Karen used after she struggled, was forced into menopause from having colorectal cancer. And it really messed up her hormones. And so what we did is we used these guidelines, and then we combined it with our 12-minute metabolic protocol, and it quickly got rid of her upper belly fat. So I'll go ahead and post a picture of that as well in the comments. And if you click the link around this video, you'll see her after picture. You'll read all about her story. She's 57 years old, and she looks at least 15 to 20 years younger than her real age. And you can use this 12-minute metabolic trick to help you quickly lose more belly fat. So thanks for watching this. Make sure you hit the like and the love button. Make sure you share it. And then again, if you got questions, drop them in the comment section. We'll be sure and try to answer them. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to check this out. Keep going strong.